America, a country built on innovation, among other things. An industrious powerhouse of capability and productivity. Backed by our successful endeavors, we are best defined by one word: self-assured. In some cases, to a fault. In fact, our history is littered with confidently marketed catastrophes. The following stories showcase just a few of these deadly attempts at convenience and prompt us to reflect on just how much we think we know. I'm DreyOfTheDead, and it's time to feed your head. In the 19th century, the epitome of upper-class beauty was seen as frail, pale, and downright sickly. In order to achieve this look, many women of the time consumed complexion wafers. Produced by so-called doctors, these wafers promised a clear, fresh complexion, free from blemishes and freckles. What they actually contained was arsenic. The product achieved its objective by destroying red blood cells.
Guaranteed absolutely safe and harmless to anybody. That's not suspicious at all.
And in many cases, it caused its users to go blind. In 1911, one 18-year-old woman died after consuming several boxes in a desperate attempt for clear skin. Though many women in the Victorian age knew they were consuming toxic chemicals, in their minds, their quest for ultimate beauty outweighed the dangers. Discovered in 1898 by Marie Curie and her husband Pierre, radium was thought to be the next great advancement in medical science. With its luminous green glow, it was often used as paint for numerous products, from clocks to nuclear panels. As Lisa Eldridge notes in Face Paint, The Story of Makeup, many people believed that radium was an almost magical substance that could cure anything. So it's unsurprising that radium started being used as the new wonder ingredient in makeup. The chemical also started turning up in everything from toothpaste to hair cream. The problem? Radium is over 1 million times more radioactive than uranium, the chemical used in the Hiroshima bombing. Exposure to radium can cause anemia, ulcers, and cancer. Marie Curie herself died from prolonged exposure to the chemical. In the mid-1920s, 5 girls working for a watch and clock company acquired radium poisoning. The company instructed them to lick their radium-soaked paintbrushes to achieve a fine point throughout the painting process. Because radium is treated as calcium by the body, it stores itself in human bones, degrading marrow and mutating cells. After the dying women sued the company, it came to light that management had taken all precautions to protect themselves from radium, but made no effort to protect their employees. In fact, they covered up the effects for years by insisting that the girls were suffering from syphilis. In 1889, Lysol made its appearance as a way to battle the German cholera epidemic. In 1918, it was marketed as an effective tool in the fight against influenza. But in the 1920s, Lysol began placing ads in women's magazines, not as a disinfectant, but as a vaginal cleansing agent, held in a web of indifference. But I broke through it. Oh, the joy of finding Tom's love and close companionship once more.
Please, Dave, please don't let me be locked out from you. She was a perfect wife except for one neglect. She was careless about feminine hygiene.
And if these seem like straightforward ads for ridding housewives of their odor issue, guess again. These ads were actually a furtive effort to push the cleanser as a form of birth control.
Lysol has amazing proved power to kill germ life on contact. Truly cleanses the vaginal canal even in the presence of mucus matter.
In a time before easy-to-get contraceptives, Lysol cornered the contraceptive market from the 1930s to the 1960s. despite the hundreds of documented Lysol-related deaths by 1911, which included uterine irrigation cases. The company even made claims in their ads that the product was endorsed by many medical experts, who, as it turns out, never existed. In a 1933 study of 507 women who used Lysol as pregnancy prevention, half ended up pregnant, making it not only caustic, but completely ineffective. If you enjoyed this strange but true tale, be sure to subscribe. There's a new Feed Your Head episode every other week and a few mini episodes available on TikTok. You can support the future of these videos by joining my Patreon, where you can access exclusive blooper reels, behind-the-scenes content, and take part in my creative process. As always, be well and stay strange.